Hi, welcome to TLC's Creative Art Corner. I'm Miss Susan and I hope you had a blessed week. Today we are going to explore oil pastels and do a reverse drawing. Oil pastels are very much like crayons, only they are softer and the colors are more vibrant. Let me show you. This side is crayon and this side are the oil pastels. Now the crayons don't really fill in a textured space as well as you can with the oil pastels. And the oil pastels blend so much more easily and you can smudge them with your finger. Here, let me show you the difference. This is the orange. I'm just using orange, and as you can see, it doesn't really fill in the space very well. Okay, and if you were going to blend them, they really don't, not so much fun. Now here's the oil pastel in orange. Oops, you got another color in there. But you see it can really go into the spaces really well, and you can smudge it with your fingers, and they blend very easily on top of one another. So you can make an orange here with a yellow, orangish red. So you can get a real nice blend of color. And you can smudge if you want. You don't have to, but you can if you want. So these colors are much more vibrant, and there's a lot of things you can do with oil pastels. So let me show you some examples. This first one I want to show you is how I blended colors. First I outlined, I made some colors, some circles rather, excuse me, and I overlapped them. And what I did, I put down the one color and then I put down the other color, and where they met is where you created a third color. Okay, so you have orange and yellow, you get a yellow orange, a red orange, a yellow green, a lighter green, a little darker, you know, and so you get this flow of colors and you can see how they blend together. And these I just did flat, and this is on a smooth paper. Now this next one I did very much like it, except it's on textured paper. So you get a slightly different effect, and you're able to do a little different things with it. So here I tried to lighten it with some white or some yellow contrasting colors to give it some dimension. Now in contrast to this one, the first one, it looks flat, where this one has dimension and a little bit of movement to it. And also this one, I didn't put the black around it, but I wanted to show analogous colors together to give it some shape and this feeling sort of in space, floating in space, or some movement. So I thought that was really quite nice. So there's lots of things you can do with these. Now another thing you can do, and this one is by Liz, and Liz did an apple. So you can really get some nice dimensions and some nice movement, forms you can create with the, just like molding the colors to give you shapes and with the different colors. So it's really nice, really nice. And I think it's just delicious. Don't you think this is delicious? Now I want to have an apple, but I'm busy doing this now. This last one uses analogous colors blended to create some movement, okay, and some forms, and then the outlined in black. So today we are going to do a reverse drawing. So what we're going to do is we're going to color our paper first, then we're going to take a blank paper, put it on top, tape them together, and then we're going to do our drawing. So here's our drawing, all taped down, and then we tape our drawing. Then we're going to untape it, and we have our finished design. So now we're going to took the tape off, and then we put over, and there is our reverse drawing. Now I just want to show you that your design can be as involved as you like. This one is a landscape with many different doodling patterns there, and there is a video, 2 videos you can go back and look at, doodling patterns 1 and 2. And then, or you can make it just one doodle pattern, or whatever you want to do, and just do the whole page. So you have certainly a different effect. Okay, so you can see. So as you can see, there are many options to do this, and you're very effective. What materials will we need? Well, the first thing we always want to do is protect our surface and put an apron on. We're going to need to work on a smooth surface. You're going to need a pencil and oil pastels. Now different companies come in different sizes, so you can get them either small, medium, or large. I like the medium size. You're also going to need some paper. You can use watercolor paper that's textured, or you can use copy paper that is smooth, or you can even just use drawing paper and that's smooth as well. So I suggest using a half of a page of A4 paper, as this medium can give you hand fatigue, as you'll find out. The other half of the paper we are going to use for our reverse drawing, so nothing goes to waste. Now, before we begin, I want to give you some tips. You don't want to put your hand down when you're coloring. For example, if you were coloring here on this, like say you were coloring, and then you were changing colors, and you were going to start to work in the purple. Where's my purple? Okay, here's purple. Okay, if I put my hand down, I'm going to be smudging things. So I want to put a paper down, clean paper, where I'm going to cover, so I don't have to always have my hand up. Okay. Now another thing is you want to have a piece of paper. So can you see these shavings? That's just something that happens with this particular medium. So each time, okay, they build up on the crayon as well as on the paper. So between each one, you're going to want to shake them off onto another paper so that you don't smudge them and you don't fall into a color where you don't want them to be, and then it's somewhat of a mess because it's really hard. You really can't fix it so well. Okay, so you always want a piece of paper for your hand, and then another paper to put your shavings on, and then another paper here to clean your crayons as you go. For example, this particular brand, well, I took the papers off because I was doing it. This is one technique to lay the colors down. And as you can see, the crayon is dirty. So when I use the crayon, the color comes off and I can't, you can't really color over it, and it's there. So what you want to do is use this paper and clean your crayon before you use it again. And then you want to clean it after you do use it so that it doesn't contaminate everything. I mean, that's a good habit to get into. See here, we picked something up there and we're trying to clean it off. So you want to clean it off. And sometimes it's just not fun to be cleaning them. Okay, so then you just have to clean one area that be sure you just use that area of the crayon then. Then you want to have some paper towel or a cloth, and you will also need some tape. An option is to have baby oil and earbuds. And I'll show you later on what you can do with these. So now press pause, go get your materials and come on back and we'll start the project together. Welcome back. So let's go through the process together. First thing we're going to do is choose our colors. So I chose mine and I'm going to do the rainbow. So I have them organized in the manner that I want to use them in. Then you're going to put colors on the whole page. So you can blend the colors together like something like this. And if you wanted, you can put the yellow and the blue together to make your green, and the yellow and the red to get your orange, or the red and the blue to get your purple. But I'm going to do the straight rainbow. So I'm going to start up here with my yellow, and I'm going to end here with this green. So I'm going to be sure my crayon is clean, and I'm going to do mine on the diagonal. So I can start out pressing lightly, and these you can be layered. You can come back and do whatever, layer them. And then I'm going to do my orange, clean it off each time. Well, I have another answers. See, and there's this little thing there. Okay. And then I can blend the two together where they meet. Okay. Circular motions are really nice to do to get it, just to get the color in. Oops. The color on the main paper like this should be kind of at least a good coverage so that when you do the reverse drawing, you have there's enough color to really transfer over. So you just continue that process until your whole page is filled up. So here's mine. Now I'm going to take my other half of the paper and place it on top and tape it on. I'll put a piece of tape there and another one at the bottom so that it doesn't move while I'm doing my drawing. So when you have your paper taped down, okay, it doesn't have to be taped down to the surface, just tape them together. You're going to take your pencil and then you're going to go ahead and start to doodle. And you can do anything that you want. I'm going to do a landscape, and in each space of the landscape I'm going to do a different doodle or different lines or different shapes. Now I do have there are 2 other videos, The Art of Doodling 1 and The Art of Doodling 2, where you can learn how to do some of these patterns. But you can just use different zigzag lines or circles or whatever. All right, so let me show you now. All right, so I just completed my piece, and this is what I have so far. So you just continue the process until you've got everything written in that you want to draw in. So I did a different doodle in every space, okay, and I colored some of the dots in, and then I signed it in the lower right corner. Now next thing we do now, we're going to carefully remove the tape without tearing the paper, either one. Okay, so now we have it, our moment of truth. So here's our reverse drawing. The color transferred to the other side of the paper. Okay, and if you wrote words, to read them, you're going to need to hold it up into the mirror to read them. All right, and then I signed, and my name now is backwards, and that's part of the whole secret of it. Now here I just wanted to show you a variation on the theme. This one is a diagonal rainbow, and this one is a horizontal rainbow. And just to see this, and I pretty much did the same patterns, but you get the same effect, but different places. So there you have it. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this project and exploring oil pastels. I did, even though they're a little bit messy. I am amazed at the different effects that can be achieved. I look forward to seeing your art, so please send your masterpiece to the address there on the screen, and we'll post them on TLC's website. Also send in your suggestions and comments. Let's hear from you. Until next time, stay safe, be healthy, and be a blessing to others. Bye-bye.